Hello there, yes, and welcome to another episode of MLS Ireland. Will I be bringing to you my predictions for week 14, so stay tuned. Excellent, thank you very much for joining me, and if you're new to this, hit the wee subscribe button. It'd be fantastic for you to do that. The next one, so I'm going to start off with the first game. Obviously it's going to be Vancouver against Toronto, which is going to be on tonight. It's going to be on TV here if you're all watching it. If you're watching it from the UK and Ireland kind of area, it's going to be on TV. It's going to be on Free Sports, so check it out. It's going to be on 3 a.m, so if you're coming back from the pub, check it out. It's going to be Vancouver against Toronto, Canadian derby. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be Toronto, possibly, if they get their tactics right, they could win this game, but I might not be able to see it. I think Vancouver is a wee bit too strong for them probably at the moment, but it's probably one of these kind of games I think Toronto may be just a wee bit too more up for, if that makes complete and utter sense. So I'm going to go for a Toronto win in this one. You didn't think you'd seen that coming. It's going to be a 2-1 win. I'm thinking for Toronto. I could be completely wrong. Next one is Montreal, not a Canadian side, against Colorado. Not Colorado, Orlando. I keep getting those two mixed up every time. Yep, Orlando against Montreal. It's Montreal are doing very well at home, and Orlando are not doing very well away from home. So it's going to be an interesting game, but I think just for the fact that Nani is now finding his feet, and Dwyer's finding his feet, Miller's finding their feet, and I think Montreal who are still a very good team, I think this is going to be a tight one, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Probably Nani or Miller scoring, so keep an eye out for that. The next one is Atlanta against Chicago. Now Chicago are an interesting team at this moment of the year. They're not seem to be really winning games away from home, so it's going to be an interesting game against Atlanta, who have basically won their last 4 games at home. So I'm going to go for an easy win in this one. So Atlanta 2-0 to Atlanta, 2-0 to Atlanta, 2-0 to Joseph Martinez. It's Friday, my head switched off about half an hour ago, and it's like 5 o'clock here. So the next one, Red Bulls against Real Salt Lake. It's going to be on TV here as well, so I'm actually looking forward to that game on a Saturday. It's going to be 1-0 to the Red Bulls, who are, could I say, starting to play. Possibly they're starting to play against Real Salt Lake. I think they're a very strong team. Probably is the reason why it's going to be a 1-0. It's going to be a tight game, and I think it's just going to be 1 goal is going to nick it. So the next one is Columbus Crew against NYCFC. It was going to be a tight game, I did predict, but Higuain now is out for the season with an ACL, so it's going to be an interesting one. I did say 2-1 to NYC, and I think I may just stick with that, but this could end up just 2-0 to NYC, so it's going to be a nice game to watch. The next game is DC United against San Jose. San Jose started the season, they were awful. Now they're actually scoring plenty of goals against the DC United, who were perfect at the start and now are not doing so well. They're scoring goals, but they're leaking goals in, so it's going to be an interesting one. San Jose are doing very well. Wojnarowski is now basically the MLS all-out record goal-scoring hero. He could score again, so I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I just think DC are not in the right place at the moment, and I think they need to really show it. And this game, they could actually win this quite easily, and San Jose just can go back to the way they were at the very start of the season. Who knows? Certainly not me. And the next one is FC Dallas against Seattle. It's going to be on TV here as well, so is the DC United game. This one was an interesting one. Sporting Kansas City beat Seattle Sounders away from at home, so that was an interesting one. And then FC Dallas could probably beat anybody on their day, but started off the season quite well, but are not doing all that great now at the moment. So this was a tricky one, so I'm going to go for Seattle to win this one 2-1. I think they're just more of a complete team. So even though FC Dallas, I thought last year were the more complete team, so who knows. And the next one is Colorado against Cincinnati, the two teams who are basically bottom of the leagues. I think Cincinnati are kind of still finding their feet, and I think Colorado, who are actually done very well this week, are going to win this one 1-0. Could be 2-0, but I'm just going to go for just a 1-0. I think Cincinnati are going to try and attack them. So I think this is where Colorado are just going to be a bit more defensive, but still going to go at 1-0. Next is Houston against Sporting Kansas City. Sporting Kansas City done very well by beating Seattle, but then got beaten during the week. It's going to be hard for them so far this season, and I think Houston Dynamo has got a wee bit too much for them. It's going to have a wee bit too much for them. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Houston. Sorry, Sporting Kansas City. The next one is Portland Timbers at home, finally, against a very good team in LAFC. So it's probably a good time for Portland to probably play the best team in the MLS at the moment. They're brilliant away from home now at the moment, and now they're finally getting into this brand new stadium against LAFC, who are a very, very good team. So it's going to be on TV here as well on Premier 2, so more channels, more money to spend. It's going to be an interesting game, so I'm going to go for 2-all. Portland should have enough for them, but I think just for the fact that it's LAFC, who are a very good team, I'm just going to go for a 2-all draw. But it could happen, it could be a 3-2, but I do expect a lot of goals in this one. And the second last one is Minnesota against Philadelphia. Philadelphia were on fire. Now they're just kind of drawing games and kind of drawing blanks in front of goal against the Minnesota team at home, who are still Minnesota, but at home they're kind of like a different animal in front of their cool fans. So I'm going to go for a 1-all draw. I think Philadelphia maybe just finding their feet on how to stop teams scoring goals against them, and probably Minnesota is probably the right team to do it. So I'm going to go for just a 1-all. And then the last game is going to be on TV here as well. Galaxy against the Revolution. Now with Zlatan back, it's probably just going to be an easy game for Galaxy, so I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. Obviously, probably Zlatan scoring a penalty or getting sent off. God knows what he wants to do these days. Zlatan is Zlatan. Obviously, that is my predictions for this week, and if you enjoyed them, hit that wee subscribe button. It'll be perfect, and I hope to see you on the next one. So good luck. Bye.